Hello and welcome to How To For You. Today we're going to be learning how to change the metal tip assembly for the Philips Sonicare electric toothbrush, and this one is specifically the 9700 Diamond Clean. So before I get started, and I just wanted to show you guys what had happened. Essentially this electric toothbrush, the metal tip on the top here, it came off. It was loose and it just wouldn't stay in, and I tried putting it back in and twisting it tight because this is what holds the actual brush itself, but apparently it comes in a housing unit up here, so in order to do that you have to take the bottom part off, pull out the casing, and then replace the top. So we're gonna open it up real quick and see what's going on and check it out. So the first thing you want to do is you want to actually get some pliers. I have some lock grip pliers here, and you want to get a towel just so it doesn't scuff up the housing. But essentially you want to gently pry this back and forth as much as you can. I had already been working on it for quite a bit, and you just want to kind of keep prying it as best you can, and eventually this tip right here is going to come out the bottom of the housing, and you want to get a small pair of pliers, and you also want to get a small little screwdriver, and you just want to gently keep working it as best you can, and eventually this bottom part should come out. Try a different sort of plier here. It's going to be really tight because there's going to be an O-ring around there to keep the water out, so you're just going to, again, just have to really keep working this as best you can, but it should come out of there. I'm going to see if I can get a thinner Phillips head in my toolbox here. So give me 1 second. Alright, let's try this. Almost there. It's tough because you gotta use both your hands to get this out at the same time. But yeah, there it goes. Alright. Looks like I got it. And again, you don't want to be too hard, just gently keep pressing it, keep working it. And so here's the bottom part, and we see that there's still some residue from toothpaste. You have this O-ring around here, and thankfully I didn't damage anything. So I had to move to a different area to get a better look at this, and it took me quite a while, and I actually didn't catch it on camera. So I just want to go over this in depth because this was very difficult to take out, and I feel like there weren't enough videos online specifically about finding these clips, because when it's pressed down on the way, it's really hard to see in there. But essentially you're going to see it, and it's going to look like this, and you always want to go opposite of the board of the chip. So it's going to be on this side, and it's going to be these two little black clips, and basically you just want to get behind them and pry and just push down, and then essentially this is just going to pop out just like this. So this is what it's going to look like, and yeah, I'm going to need to essentially replace this entire piece here. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a small Phillips head, and I'm going to take off this screw right here. I'm going to just loosen that. And this little piece is going to come out right here. So I'm going to save that. And next I'm going to take off this tape here, because it's holding this wire in, which we're going to take off to get the replacement part on. Just be really careful with it. So yeah, again, you just really want to take your time on this. I just pried this off with a little bitty screwdriver and just pushed it forward. You want to be careful of this copper wire here. So again, there's a little part where the tape breaks, and you just peel it back. Being very careful about that copper wire. And then just pull it back here. Have this held down here. Take this off. And then we're going to put the new part back in on top here. So before I put the new metal tip back on, I just wanted to point out something. This was the replacement part that I had found online. I got it on Amazon. And this was the original. Now, let me know in the comments below if you guys can find the actual replacement part that looks exactly like the original, but I could not find one that was exactly like this, where it was all smooth. It kind of had this edge here, but I've measured it out. I've put everything roughly back together, and it should work the exact same way, even with the rubber gasket going right over here. It should work. I'm not sure why this is a little bit different. I tried finding an original part. They look like they're going to hold up the exact same way. I'm going to actually keep this. I glued it back together, but we'll see if this will be stronger, and hopefully it will be the exact same. Okay, so next we're going to put everything back together. We're going to start with this metal clip and make sure that the flat part of this tip is facing you. Facing the board with the buttons. So essentially I'm going to go up through here, through this, and I've already taped this back with the wire, so I should be able to do it. And then I'm just going to gently wedge this in here. Trying to be very careful. So now I'm going to put this screw back through here. You're going to want to make sure it sits in like so, like this. It's a little difficult to show. Apologies if there's a lot of moving hands during this, but there
There we go. So I'm just going to try to get that as good in there as I can, as tight as possible. Because this is going to be used on a daily basis for myself, so I want to make sure that it's really tight. It doesn't leak. Looks like it's pretty snug. Just give it one more little love twist. Okay. That seems pretty good. So now I'm going to put the gasket, the rubber seal, cover, what have you, back on the top. And this fell off. It always kind of falls off, so make sure you always put the rubber cover for the back on. But you know, it does work. Everything has always been working. You know, you can see the different settings. So now I'm just going to put this back inside and hopefully this will sit. Again, I don't want to have to really do this in the future because that was really a pain getting it out. But we're going to push it all the way in. Just take our time, be super careful. You heard that clip sound just now. So this is in there. It looks like that is on good. Nope, those were the old parts. Apologies for that. And I'm actually going to put, like I've seen, a little bit of WD-40 around the edge here and then put this in just to make sure it's good. So I'm just going to get a little bit of WD-40 here, spray that into a paper towel and gently rub around the edges. I was told by some other people online that if you make the seal, the O-ring, a little supple and slick, it'll be better in the future for when you take it on and off. So I'm just going to lightly coat that here. And then I'm going to put this back into its housing. And so again, it works really well. I've never had a problem with it. It was just the tip that was a little loose. And I'm going to test it out real quick, because the problem was whenever I put the tip on, it would just come off so easily. So yeah, it's looking like it holds up really good. And it doesn't wiggle or move or anything. So alright, that's it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.